Okay, welcome back to Legit Crypto Lounge, the place that aims to bring together real projects with real investors. It's Mark here, co-owner of LCL, and I'll be leading today's AMA alongside my co-owner Toby, who will be chipping in with any questions that we have from the community. I'm sure he'll have some questions from himself as well as we go along. So today we're joined by David Hunter, who I'm sure most of you know now. He's a big part of the Legit Crypto Lounge community and owner of Blockstar ecosystem. Today, he's going to be taking us through the POC or proof of concept token. So, David, welcome back, mate. For the benefit of those newer to the lounge, if you wouldn't mind starting by giving us a brief introduction about yourself in terms of your background and experience, that'd be great.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Thanks again for having us and hosting us over here at the Legit Crypto Lounge. As most of you guys know that have been part of this community for a while, I'm kind of a staple here. Just to give you a quick rundown about my background for any of you new guys that are new to the Blockstar ecosystem or POC or to Legit Crypto Lounge that maybe got a link to this. I've been in the space for a long time. Most of you guys know that. I've been a developer, advocate, advisor. I've advised on some of the bigger projects with the inside of the space. I always had the argument about how long I've actually been in the space. And so I just usually send it back to the first time I bought Bitcoin. But some of the other projects I've been part of, obviously most of you guys know Blockstar is my legacy project, the last project that I would be building out with inside of the space. And I won't get too much into POC token because I know you got a bunch of questions for the intro for that. But POC token is just one of those things that we're building from within inside of our ecosystem to continue to move it along. So.
Cool. Sounds good. Okay, so let's get into POC token then. Talk us through what you are creating and why you're creating it, because I know this is, it does what it says on the tin, doesn't it? Basically,
right.
Concept. So, yeah.
Sure. As most of you guys know, we just launched the launchpad over on the Blockstar ecosystem. So the best way to sit there and prove the methodology and the concept behind Blockstar's launchpad is to put forth a token to be able to prove that proof of concept. So that is how proof of concept was born, or what we call the POC token, not to be mistaken for Tupac, but the POC token. And then, like I said, what we're using this token for is, again, to show the methodology that our platform, our methodology works, and you're able to come onto our platform, raise the funds that you need from start to finish. You're able to come on, secure your marketing. We also offer that insurance to all those projects out there, are investors that want to come in and have a safe place to come in and use the platform to find vetted projects. So we have the DexPad and the InkyPad, but the whole reason behind proof of concept is to do just that, is to prove the concept behind our platform. Now, what makes this token unique is the fact that it will not remain as part of the Blockstar ecosystem. The whole point was to be able to build this project up and use it for what it was intended to, as a proof of concept, and then turn it over to a community. And what we want to do by turning it over to a community is, if you have been a designer in this space, or maybe you are a developer, or maybe you're just somebody that's great at modding and you're looking for an opportunity to come on and be part of the beginning phases of building out a project or token in the space, but you don't have the resources, or you don't even know who to talk to. Well, that's what we're going to do with this token, is give it over to a community to continue to take it from day one at launch and bring it to something else, to build some type of utility behind it. So some people call staking a utility, some people don't. Personally, I don't call it a utility. I just think of it as kind of a bonus. And from the very start, day one of launch, we will offer staking on the POC token as well. And that will also take place on the staking platform of Blockstar as well. So if you get in on the pre-sale, you'll be able to stake your tokens right off the bat, first day of launch. Okay, you may keep going, or you got some more questions on that, Mark?
No, go for it, and then I'll chip in with questions as and when.
Yep. So I was just gonna. You already got the video and everything up. So again, we're really trying to build a community around this, and I have tons of ideas and everything going forward for the community. One thing I can tell you, like I said, we're going to be using this as our proof of concept, so I'd really like to stick to the purpose of what the token is, not basically hype it up for what's going to come 6 months or a year from now, because I really want to give that over to the community to be able to put together a core team and start voting on how this token develops after the fact. What I can tell you is this is a true degen play, and you guys know me, I'm not a big degen investor, but if I could find degen investments that I could go all day long where I knew that there was a trusted developer and a person or team putting together a token that was at least safe from the standpoint of the contract and the liquidity, and that's what we're offering to do from Blockstar, because all the LP will be locked. That will not just be turned over to that core team. It will be locked up, and there will be funds set aside from the pre-sale allocation that will not be sent to LP, that will be sitting there. And then as needed, as this token does develop outside of the Blockstar ecosystem, those funds will be there to help that team and community along. And as the ones putting this forward from the Blockstar team, putting this token forward, we will be there to support them and advise them on things going forward into the future as well. So if you're looking for a safe, what I would call a safe degen play, and I say safe from the aspect of the contract not being one that can be exploited at this time, and it cannot be, there's no rug pull going on with the LP because those will be locked on the Blockstar ecosystem.
Okay, so yeah, effectively, this is proving, this token is proving that your launchpad works.
Correct.
And this is the first one that's going to be launched on the launchpad. You're creating it. We know it's safe because you've created the contract. Like you say, the LP's locked. How long do you plan to lock that for?
Yeah, so just in the beginning stages, we'll lock it for probably 30 days at a time, just in case they decided that they want to change the entire name of it. I would like to keep it as the proof of concept, but there may be a community that says, hey, we don't want to be known as the proof of concept token, but they want to maybe be able to take it and put their brand in because now they have a new designer and all that. So I want to be able to give them the ability, but the LP itself, no matter if they change the name or whatever it does, it will continue to be locked up, whether that needs to go into a V2 contract or whatever it is. But the LP that was originally raised from the pre-sale will be locked for at least a year and maybe further than that, depending on the team that is put together for that.
Okay. And like, have you already started working on putting together a team who's going to drive this forward? Because you mentioned that it's going to be from day one. So at launch, then you're looking to hand that over from day one to the community.
So we're not just going to hand over from day one. What I mean from day one, like right now, if you're looking to be involved, there is already a community being built on the Blockstar ecosystem and on the Telegram ecosystem. All the socials are already set up for the POC token. So we do have a core group of people that are really pushing this stuff out there and starting to put together ideas. But we really want it to be a true 100% community token where everybody has a voice. So if you want to be part of that, go join those groups over on the Blockstar platform and then also on the Telegram platform and be part of making those decisions. So what I mean from day one is like from today, not just from launch, but from today, you guys are able to help make some of those decisions. Obviously, the pre-sale is already set up. It's going to go live next Tuesday during the Blockstar podcast that we do every Tuesday at 8 p.m. UTC. So make sure you guys check that out if you want to be on there exactly when we turn that stuff live. But there is a countdown on the launchpad. So none of those things can be changed. But if you want to start right now, I encourage you guys to go be part of that community and start putting in your input. If you want to be involved as an investor, like I said, come over there. If you want to be involved just from the team side of it, there's also a place for you there as well. Okay.
Cool. And in terms of the community then, how's that going to be decided? Like who has what role?
Yep. So it's going to be a vote. Obviously, I'm not looking to be the face of that project. I'm not looking to be involved more than just an advisor role. If they need help with something, I'm always going to be there in their back pocket if they do need that. Obviously, you guys know that I am super busy all the time, especially building out Blockstar and the advisory roles I already have. But I will always be there because we put this token forward. I will always be there to back those people up. But it will be done off of a voting consensus. So there will be a governance website that is also going to be put forth with this token for that community. And all you have to do is be an investor in the token, and you will get a vote based on the weight of your tokens.
Okay. Okay. And are you building that out at the moment then?
That is correct. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Will that be ready by launch, or are you looking to implement that after?
Yeah, so it'll be ready within that first week. So that way, I think during that first week, everybody's just kind of going to be shocked at what's going on and everything. Get that initial shock, let everybody start building those relationships and start getting to know each other within the community. And I think the good people are going to stand out anyway. The people that really want to be ambitious, the people that want to do something, the people that are just looking for that opportunity but didn't know how to get involved. I think they're really going to stand out, and I think there's a good potential of building a strong team from that.
Yeah, and I guess it goes back to what you said about people looking for an opportunity to get in and test their skills if they haven't done this type of thing before. You know, people might be want to be a mod, or they're looking to take that next step, even if they want to use this as an opportunity, as a platform to prove themselves, to be able to then go on with other projects and use that as evidence, to be able to do roles in other tokens in the future.
Absolutely. So if you wanted to come on as a designer and you wanted to design NFTs to go along with the proof of concept token, right? That's going to be something you could put in your resume or your CV to sit there and say, hey, I was part of this from launch and everything going forward. This is my skill set that I brought to the table. And, POC token did well, because POC token is not going to be one of those ones that go to zero because it won't be possible, right? Mm-hmm. Because we're going to make sure, because at the end of the day, my name is still attached to it. And if my name's going to be attached to it from the contract side and from putting it forth, I want to make sure that the team is doing the right things. And that's why we're going to make sure we take the security measures necessary to make sure that the LP and stuff is locked and the contract is good, right? So if for some reason that community decided, hey, David, we want to rebrand, we want to do another contract and everything, then that's kind of where it leaves my hands, right? But I'm not going to be the arbiter of truth and say, no, you guys can't do that, because I literally want this to be a community-done project. But again, my guarantee to you guys as investors or people that want to come to the community is just that. I wrote the contract. I'll stand behind the contract. And then I'll also stand behind. And there is insurance on this as well. Anything happens within that first 6 days, if you guys want any exploits, any rug pulls or anything, obviously most of you guys I know are going to elect out of paying the extra fee for the insurance, knowing that I wrote the contract, right? I understand that. But there is that possibility, right, that you guys do have the options. And again, this is a way for us to prove the concept of Blockstar as a platform, but it gives the opportunity to a lot of individuals out there that, again, wanted to do something, but, I don't know a developer. I don't know how to do this, but I'm really good at marketing. Well, this is your perfect opportunity. And that's really what I want to put the focus on, is not necessarily the Blockstar platform as a whole, right? Because the token at some point is going to have to stand on its own. But it is, again, for all intents and purposes, it's a proof of concept for Blockstar, specifically for the launchpad.
Yeah, no, I get that. And so obviously at the moment there's a lack of website, there's no white paper or anything like that. So presumably that was intentional.
Right. So there is a white paper. I will tell you, it is very basic. It's basically one page, right? It's basically just telling the story of what the POC token, how it came about, because then that community will be able to take and add on to that going forward, right? So, but there is a basic white paper, and this project has been KYC as me as the owner. But as soon as that team is put together, that core team, they will be required as part of the transition to KYC as well. So you're able to pop that up. So everybody that's ever been associated with the POC token, starting with me and my team, and then whoever comes onto the team of POC token, will all be listed and registered under this certificate number.
Cool.
Okay. And then that audit will be out probably tomorrow for this as well. Obviously, you guys know, or most of you should know, that I am one of the co-founders of True Audit, which is one of the auditing companies that will be auditing the POC token. But we will have probably 1 to 2 other audits as well. The more eyes on a contract and on a project, I always think is a good thing. It's never a bad thing. If you guys are interested in getting involved in the pre-sale, it is going to be 0.15. I think that at current price, somewhere around $35 or so, $35, $40 to get involved on the minimum. And then you're looking at a max around 2.5. The minimum raise, or the soft cap, as you guys call it, would be 75 BNB, hard cap 150. Some of you guys might ask why such a high hard cap, right? Well, if we were talking about a year ago, well, that would be a very high market cap. But because the prices fell so much on BNB, you're going to start getting flags when you go to set liquidity if you're setting numbers that are below that, right? So even at 100 BNB, you're looking at $27,000. That's not very good, even when you're pairing with LP, because you guys have to remember, most tokens, when they do a billion supply, a trillion supply, or quadrillion, it's showing more liquidity than what's actually there, because it's basing it off of the price times the amount of tokens. And this particular token, the POC token, has a very conservative supply. It's only 100 million, right? So this is one of those tokens that when everybody screams, if it just went to a penny, well, it's going to start out somewhere around a penny, right? So you guys should be screaming win $1, right? For all the Jeets out there. But that's the whole thing. So if you guys want to get involved, that's the reason we set it higher, so that we're not getting flagged and you're able to get a decent score. And then we're also going to try to help this community fast track this on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, because again, it is a true degen play. It would only make sense to fast track this for everything to really get a good hype and pump right there at the very beginning. Unlike a project starting out with true utility, or that's building out a complete ecosystem, there would be no point in fast tracking those things. But in this case, I think it would be a good idea to fast track them. So there's no guarantees on that, but we're gonna work with CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, and the community to try to get those things fast track listed.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. So is there a discount? I'm just checking. There is a slight discount, I think, isn't there, off the launch price?
There is. So you're going to get, for one BNB, is going to be 50,000 tokens, and then launch price will be at 48,000 tokens per BNB. Whatever that works out in USD, because everybody always asks me, I'll let you know the day of launch when I can look at the chart and see if we dropped a bunch or went up a bunch. So that's why we always set the price. One BNB will always equal X amount of tokens, and then from the first buy and sell, then that changes anyway. So
yeah, sure. And whatever you raise, 70% is going towards the LP.
That is correct. And then obviously Blockstar has fees and everything for the listing fees. Those things will come out because that goes back to our node holders and stuff. But the rest of that money, and we're talking about a small percentage, right? The rest of that will go into another account, into a fund, to be able to do marketing, the fast track for CoinMarketCap and Gecko and all that stuff, and have some funds there for marketing going forward. Because the worst thing is to give to a team that may not necessarily have the money to bring it to where it needs to be. We want to make sure they have a little bit of funds there, and it will be handed out as necessary. They just won't be given that money and say, here you go, make it work, right? So they'll need to sit there and say what it's for, and then it will get paid to those people starting out. And then as the trust is built in and they are KYC'd as part of the team, then we will start just turning over funds.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to work it out. So if you hit hard cap, 105 BNB is going towards LP, so you're going to have 45 BNB left. How much do you anticipate is going to be left for the community to use?
Somewhere around 30 BNB.
30 BNB. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Sounds. Toby, have you got anything at this stage?
No, my connection isn't great tonight for some reason. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Have we spoke about the staking?
I mentioned it. Staking will be available from day one. So it's already set up on the Blockstar staking platform. So you will be able to purchase your tokens during pre-sale, and then at launch you'll be able, because we'll launch within 24 hours of it filling. It will run for a week. So let's say that it doesn't fill within the first 24 hours. Then as soon as it fills within that first week, then we will launch within 24 hours, and you will be able to claim your tokens, go directly over to the Blockstar staking platform, and you will see yourselves. You just click on the stake button, and it'll have a few different options there: Blockstar, Amber, POC token. Just click on POC and then stake your tokens. So if you guys are already familiar with the Blockstar ecosystem and you have the BST token, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those that do not, then there will be links directly on the Blockstar platform the social media page, and then there'll also be links posted directly, so you guys will have no problem. You just connect your wallet Web3 and just click on the POC token, and you'll be able to stake it from there. As far as the percentages, we are working those numbers out now. They will be worked out before launch. So,
how much of this?
I'm sorry, I didn't. Both of you were talking. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if you're going to have different locks like you've got for Blockstar.
Yeah, absolutely. So depending on how the community develops and everything, so we don't want to make them long term yet, but we'll probably do something simple like a 7-day epoch, 14-day, 30-day, and a 60-day.
Yeah.
How much the supply have you set aside for staking, or is it coming from another source?
Right. To start out with, it's going to come directly from the taxes. Since we haven't gotten into that yet, it's a 5% tax on the buy side and a 5% tax on the excuse me, guys, on the sell side. So that 5% will go directly right into the staking pool. So to go into one contract and then automatically put it directly into the staking contract. So those will be set aside. So for the volume, 5% of each sell will be and buy will be going into there to start. As you guys notice, there is 80% of this locked up. If we need to take a portion from here, just to start off and put it in there, we will do that as well. But that's why there's all these tokens that are left over are locked up, because I don't know what the future utility of this token is going to be. So we want to make sure there's tokens set aside for that.
Okay. 80% locked up. And is that going to be locked up in one wallet, or are you planning to?
It's not locked in a wallet. It's actually locked in a locker contract directly on the launchpad. That was another way for us to prove proof of concept, because if you go onto the launchpad, you click on lock, you'll be able to click on locker list, and you'll be able to see that when it unlocks and everything. So if you go to the very top there, Mark, click on lock. And then go to the locker list. Third one down, yep. And then you'll be able to see it's all locked up there. And then if you click on the view, I think I need to relock them. Scroll up to the top there. Okay, go ahead and go down. You guys can see it and see all the different stuff on there. Unlock, and you can see that the unlock dates already went through, but that will be updated as well. So if you click on view right there at the bottom, yep. So you'll see where it says unlock in 0 days, 0 hours, zeros. So this is capable of being unlocked at this point, but it will be locked before we go live on the launchpad. And then you guys will see the new date and everything on there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we'll lock them for 30 days at a time.
Just to go back to the staking, David, there's a question from the community. We know that there's multiple pools for staking, just like Blockstar with different lock periods.
Right.
But is there penalties for unstaking?
There is. There'll be a 25% early withdrawal.
Cool.
Yep. 25% early withdrawals. But like I said, you're able to get in for a 7, 14, 30, or 60 day. We're not talking about long periods of time anyway. It's not like it's a year out. So if you can't wait the 7 day or 14 day or whatever you got into. And that's why we do it, right? That's why we set the staking with a 25% early withdrawal, because you should be penalized if you're getting into staking, because everybody else is not getting out of it. So there should be a penalization for getting out.
A question slightly off topic now from staking, but are you planning to build a landing site to start off the community? Or are you just going to launch it and let them handle that? So
when you say a landing page, you mean like a website landing page?
Yes, for the POC token specifically.
Yeah, specifically, it'll be in the Blockstar ecosystem on the group, because obviously everything can be posted there. Videos, tasks, files, all that stuff. Anything you would normally see on a website anyway is already going to be in the POC token group directly on the platform of Blockstar. So there's no sense in having a separate page that you have to go look at to turn around and go right back to where the group originates from, which is on Blockstar, right? So the POC token group is the best place, or obviously on Telegram. But everything will be pointed to the POC token group on the Blockstar platform. Because there's nothing that can't be listed there that you would see on a website.
Okay.
Like all the information, links, and all that stuff. And you'll start to notice too, and I've noticed this as of recent, a lot of projects are moving away from just having a full website when they can just be part of another ecosystem with a basically almost like a business page, like a business profile, and be able to see those things, unless you're planning on doing dApps and all that stuff in the future.
Yeah, I mean, from a personal perspective, it's like I kind of get your point of view, but it's something that I'll look at immediately when if I get Shield of Deegan play or something like that, I'll have a look to see if it's got a website, because that indicates to me that there's some effort going in. It's slightly different in this case, you know, but if a token's already established a website, then they've at least gone to the effort to make a website. But like you say, really, I guess once it's handed over to the community, it's up to them how they steer the direction of it.
Right. So if you'll notice on the page that Mark is on right now, the social links are right there. So if you look where it says status there, and then off to the right underneath there, it's got the Blockstar logo. That right there will take you to the POC token group on the Blockstar platform. Then it's got Telegram, Twitter, and all that stuff as well. So it does have all the social links. The time was taken to go ahead and set these things up as well. I don't know if you're logged in there, Mark.
Pretty sure I am logged in.
There you go. So that's where the landing page would take you to, is right here. And as you can see, it gives you the info, members, videos, because right now, especially in this space, right, you have to have Telegram, you have to have Twitter, you have to have all these things. Well, if you notice, all the stuff that you would post on all those is right there on that toolbar right there. Info, members, videos, tasks, timeline, polls. You can literally see everything associated with this project without having to go to a website, to Twitter, to all these other places, right? So we're, again, which is proof of concept for Blockstar's platform, is you can see everything in one place. And that's why you've never seen another website come about for Blockstar either, because we practice what we preach, and we've been able to do everything directly within inside of our platform. Because even though it's called the Blockstar platform, you got to think of Blockstar just like any other platform, Twitter, Facebook, all these other ones. But we also have a presence on our own platform as well. Okay. Oh, you still there, Mark?
I'm there. I'm here.
Perfect.
Yeah, sorry, I'm having a little difficulties tonight. I don't know why. I've got another question for you, David, regarding so that this marketing leading up to this pre-sale and stuff. Obviously, you're having an AMA with us today. You've had an AMA in the official Blockstar group.
Correct.
Have you got anything else planned to push it a little bit?
Yeah, so we are going to take some of the funds and help out with the launch and everything, but I'm looking to probably go over to Ninja Lounge, go ahead and do one over there. We do got a couple other groups I'm talking to right now that want us to set up like moon calls and all that stuff. We will probably go over there and do those as well. And then I need to get with Brian. Most of you guys know Brian over at Coin Launch Lounge. I need to get with him too about doing a AMA over there as well. So there'll be several of them done in the next few days before we get to launch. And then after that, obviously, we'll help continue on with some of that marketing and stuff as well, just so we're getting the word out to enough people. But obviously, a lot of our advertising is done directly on the Blockstar platform as well, because we have over, I'm happy to say now, over 11,000 members.
Yes, it's going to be a testament to Blockstar in a way to try and feel like this.
Correct. And again, why it's called what it is, proof of concept.
Yeah. Are you funding it out of pocket?
Everything is funded out of my pocket. I'm like the ATM for new projects, buddy. What do you mean?
Got deep pockets.
Man. I don't know. I'm going to try to push some of it off to Omar over there, but he wouldn't pick up the tab.
No, he wouldn't. He's tight as a duck's ass.
Yeah, so we're not asking that community that's being built out. I'm not asking those guys to do anything. I've invested my time, my own money, just like always, putting together this for another project or a group of people to take on. So, and I'm not asking for any of that stuff back. The only thing that we are going to take out is the normal fees we would charge any project to go on to the launchpad, period. But I'm not charging for the KYC, not charging for the token or the contract, any of that stuff. All that stuff was donated to this project.
Yeah, so foundation's already set for the community to take over. There's right. You've got the Blockstar landing page with all the project details on it. You're going to have the staking up and set up on day one. And you've done the pre-sale marketing to some degree, and it's a case of filling up that
the pre-sale allocation,
soft cap or the hard cap, and then.
Actually, I think we have enough commitment from everybody. Plus, we're doing those whitelist spots. I think we have enough commitment right now to fill it. So if you guys are interested in getting in, I would make sure I was on the podcast on Blockstar on Tuesday. I think we already have enough commitment to fill it now, but I don't want to go changing numbers and stuff. So we're going to leave it at that 150.
Is it whitelist only?
It's going to be whitelist for the first 15 minutes. There are going to be 100 spots. For whitelist, some of those were done through a contest that we were running through Blockstar. I wish Trevor was here. I'd have him talk about that. But matter of fact, we can give away a few of them here during this AMA if you'd like. I'll give away 3 of them if you want to, Mark and Toby. So it'll be open first 15 minutes to the whitelist, and then after that, it'll go to public if need be.
Yeah, awesome. We can do something post recording or do an announcement and get some interested parties to participate in something to get some whitelist spots. In order to participate in the pre-sale itself, then do people need to sign up and get a Blockstar account in order to use your launchpad?
That is preferred but not required. Okay. So it's always preferred to be part of our ecosystem and come on and see what we're doing on Blockstar. Obviously, it's going to open up your world to a whole new idea of what the crypto spaces should be about with the e-learning and all that stuff and everything that we do on Blockstar, the NFT platform, the social aspect. You're earning. So you guys talk about all these play to earn things. Well, you actually earn cryptocurrency just by coming on the platform, liking, sharing, subscribing, watching content, plus the advertising pools. I mean, you guys can go back and listen to all the AMAs I've ever done on Blockstar, but we have a huge ecosystem. We continue to add to it. Again, this is another way for us to prove our proof of concept by adding our launchpad on here. It is unique in very many ways. I'll let you guys kind of go through and look at those things, but there are some really unique features that we offer on our launchpad that other projects just do not offer, and the capability is not there, right? And proof of concept token is going to prove that methodology works, and it's far superior.
Cool. It'd be good to go into a bit of the details now while we've got you on the launchpad, seeing as the two are interconnected. So obviously we know there's loads of launchpads out there launching daily, it seems. So you said there's a few unique aspects. I know of one specific one, but could you just take us through your launchpad and what makes it stand out?
Yeah, so some of the main things right off the bat, you usually have to sit there and click on the socials to go to another platform to see the KYCs and all this stuff, where now you have the buttons where you can click there. And once I upload the audit, you'll be able to click that button as well, just like you clicked on the KYC. You'll be able to see everything. It's a one-pager, and that's really what investors look for. People don't have time to be searching around all over the internet trying to find information and make sure it's the right information and not scam information. We give you the ability to do it directly right from here. Also, any projects that are launching directly on our platform have the ability to lock their tokens right off the bat. They don't have to sit there and wait. Some launchpads do this, some people don't. We do take 2% or 2% BNB. We'll take 2% in tokens, but that 2% goes into our treasury. And then if you offer staking, we will stake them. If not, we take just straight across the board 5% of the BNB raised, and you are able to select which route you would like to go. So we don't lock you into one way or the other. So that's one thing that makes us a little more unique. It is one BNB to list on our platform, but we also give you the ability to add so many more things into it. Just from a detail standpoint alone, with all the different, you're able to upload your pitch deck. A lot of this other stuff you guys are able to see, but you're able to do it all from one platform. Yes, I know PinkCell and some of these other ones, they offer the ability to do locker and all that stuff just like we do. But one thing PinkCell doesn't do is allow you to buy insurance. So normally when you contribute there and then you get rugged, you have no recourse, you have nothing. But if you'll notice right on our insurance, you can either buy our NFTs through the Blockstar ecosystem on the NFT platform. If you own one of our NFTs, you get 25% of your money back. If you own 2 of them, you get 50%, 3, 75. And if you own 4 of our NFTs, you get 100% of your money back. Plus, you get a share of the revenue that comes into the launchpad if you are one of those NFT owners, right? If you decide, hey, I don't want to be an NFT owner, I hate NFTs. Great. We gave you the ability to come on here. You can purchase insurance. It's $39.95 for every single one that qualifies, I should say. So if it's a vetted project, because I can assure you not every project is going to qualify for insurance, but all the ones that do, based off of our metrics, you will have the option to purchase insurance, and then you will be able to use it going forward, and you will get 100% of your money back if you're using the premium. But again, those NFTs that we have on the NFT platform for Blockstar for this launchpad are for life. You purchase them one time and they are good for life. You don't have to always keep paying for these insurance premiums. But if you're one of those guys, I don't do NFTs, but I want to be insured on this because there's not very many, and I don't know of any that offer the insurance the way we do as a premium. There is one other that I do know of that is doing NFTs now, but nobody offers the premium directly on their platform. And this all goes into a treasury. All the money that we raise goes into a treasury that we will also be staking in different places. And that way we are earning an interest on that are able to pay these back going forward into the future as well. So that is why we're able to keep the prices low, is because we also stake and invest this into a treasury to where that we are able to continuously grow that backing for our insurance program. And that has not been done in the space. One of the other things that is unique to us and no other platform does, if you'll notice down here, if you want to scroll down a little bit for me, Mark, where it says Legit Crypto Lounge and Blockstar. So to Toby's point earlier, where he was talking about, you want to see a little bit of legitimacy, like they put in the work to do stuff. Well, that's one of the reasons why we created our partners and that are in our ecosystem. If you guys notice, there's a tag that says schedule marketing. It says Legit Crypto Lounge and Blockstar. And as they are added to this, but as a project launching on our platform, you're able to come in instead of having to try to figure out, well, how do I get a hold of Mark and Toby over Legit Crypto Lounge if Mark's not answering his messages that day, right? Well, you don't need to talk to Mark. All you have to do is come on, set up your token. You have the ability to choose Legit Crypto Lounge as the person you want to do an AMA with, and you pay directly when you're setting up the pre-sale. That money is automatically sent over to Mark and Toby. They have a calendar on the back end that shows all the information, and they can also contact you directly to finish setting up time and dates and all that stuff as well if you do not put that into the so if you don't know what time and dates work for them or for yourself, but you're able to pay for all this stuff. And that also shows your community, hey, we're looking to get all this stuff set up right, and we're legit. We want to make sure we have all of our stuff, and we're going to pay for it in advance for all of our marketing, KYCs, audits, all of that stuff, because you're able to do that when you're setting up the pre-sale and private sales and fair launches. And that's one other thing. Not every single launch pad out there, nobody has that, but not everybody has the ability to do fair launches. And then also the next part of this particular part of the ecosystem is being able to have the ability to do not just have an NFT platform, but also do a pre-sale, private sale, and fair launch based off of NFTs as well, which is very unique to the space.
So NFT alone, you don't have to set up a token?
Correct.
Okay. Interesting.
So that'll be something else that is going to be unique. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
As you guys know,
just going back to the insurance, you mentioned that only select partners are going to get the opportunity to get to be part of this insurance scheme. Are they going to have like a badge or something?
Yeah, so it won't be select partners. It will be tokens at launch that fill out the incubation part of it. Or if you're just launching right on the next part of this, you will have to provide certain information, and then we will give the ability to have insurance, and you will get a badge. Correct.
Okay, and comparing this purchase insurance versus the NFTs, do the NFTs cover all launchers on your platform, or just those that are vetted and have the badge as well?
All projects that come through our incubation are that qualify beyond that. If they have the KYC that is done through us, and they also have an audit that is done through True Audit, they will qualify for that badge. And those will be covered from the insurance NFTs. So your next dog, Inu, gorilla, grape, monkey, whatever, it's not all of those are going to qualify for insurance, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Interesting. Sounds good. Toby, is there any community questions? Anything that you want to add?
There isn't anything in the text chat at the minute, but if anybody has any questions, then feel free to ask them, and we can I can answer them now in VC if you want to type your questions. Yeah, no, there isn't. There's one thing on the launchpad I'd like to see added. I know it's not
What's
related
that?
to POC.
There's always something you want, buddy. I've already added many things that you wanted. What else you want?
Scroll down a bit, Mark.
That's it.
Right, keep going. It's to the price, one BNB for 48,000. Right, yeah. This is just something really small, but it'd be nice if you had the percentage of supply that you were getting for that rate as well. Like, I know it's easy enough to.
Right, but see, you won't know that till you get ready to launch, though, or until it. Because if we come in at soft cap, right, just slightly over soft cap, well, that whole number is going to change. So you can't put that as a static number.
Okay, right. So that's based on the hard cap rate.
Correct. Or what you're asking is to base it on the hard cap rate. So that number is always going to change up and down, following. But if you wanted to know because everybody's going to have a little different, right? So, but if you're basing it off of pre-sale, but if you're going to base it directly off of what percent is this of the supply, well, that's really easy to calculate, right? If you buy one BNB, you're going to know exactly what you're getting, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, if you're looking for what the percent of the supply is based on a one BNB, that's fine. Or it could even be a formula to whatever it is. But if you're talking about like a fair launch, well, there's no way to tell because there may be 10 million tokens into the pool, and based on how many people contribute, then it splits it differently based on the amount that you bought in at.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to take away too much from POC anyway. But yeah, that was just something that was crossed my mind as we were scrolling through it.
No, we can look at adding something. I think I can cover what you're asking, but maybe with a little different methodology behind it. So you're not really taking away from POC because that's what POC is intended to do, is to show off the launchpad. So
yeah, true.
Not to be negative, but just so people are aware, what happens if you don't reach soft cap?
There's already been more than that committed.
Okay.
Like literally commit. Well, there won't be any issues.
Okay.
So you can mark my words on that. Soft cap is already spoken for. There's only the other half is up for grabs.
Right. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to touch on before we go to the legit crypto question?
Yeah. Well, I'll let you get a legit crypto question. I'll just roll this into it.
Okay, fair enough. I guess you already know what I'm going to ask you. It's a question we always ask everybody. It's the question that I've probably asked you 2 or 3 times in other AMAs.
Right.
But for the purposes of people that aren't used to coming here, I'll ask it in full. So obviously it's intertwined within your whole ecosystem, and it's not just about proof of concept, but it's about Blockstar as well. But anyway, I'll let you answer it in a way that you see fit. So for us, the long-term success of a project can't be achieved without a clear vision from you, David, the project owner. So at what point does this project become a success to you?
Right. So for us, it's short term, right? From the Blockstar side of things, but as the person that's putting together the token, and obviously it's not just me putting together like the white paper and all this stuff. I have a whole team of people from Blockstar that have helped with this, and people from the POC community that are already part of that community. They're also helping with this. But for me personally, short term would be getting us all the way through launch and showing the success of the launchpad, which is what this token was built for. But then also handing this off to a team that is qualified that really are ambitious, that really want to do something with it. Because I'd like to look back in 2 years from now and see this thing, at 100 million market cap or whatever, because they took it and really did something with it. Because this is a unique opportunity, because these opportunities don't come along all the time for somebody to be able to get involved in a project that's already been started and all the hard part of it's done, right? And I say hard part, meaning to make sure that there was a launch and it was successful, and to make sure that there was a contract contract. It's not going to get exploited, right? So those are the things that are, I would always think are most important in a project. And then from that point, it's building a community and building a following and really turning this into something. So I think for me, short term, it's doing exactly what the token was intended for. But then long term would be to see a community really take what we started here and bring it to something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. I guess in a way you've just got to see it as a blank canvas. You've set
Correct.
out the template ready for people to then go and get creative, be imaginative, and see where they can take it. Like, hopefully for some people that can be quite an exciting opportunity.
Right. So if just to follow up on that, but I do agree with you. One thing I would like to mention, and having it called the proof of concept token, I think this would be a great token and utility for a community to get together and think of all the things that are missing with inside of the crypto space and have them build them. Even if it's the small little dApps and stuff that are missing, or the small little pieces that connect other pieces, and use this as an ability to build those little bitty niche products or projects that need to be done, and use the POC token for exactly what it was intended for Blockstar, but use it for all these other things and put out these new neat utilities that have just been missing in the space, or that may be in the space but haven't been done in a legitimate way. And basically they become the known tech company of proof of concept. So they're almost like an incubator for things going forward into the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully that ignites some fire in some people to get involved and see what they can come up with and stuff. So let's see what happens. I think we're about there. So I think we'll end the recording there and open up to a Q&A for everybody. Have you got anything final you'd like to add?
No, I just want to say thank Toby and Mark and everything for and Omar. Of course, I always happen to leave Omar out, and I never mean to do that. But I just want to say thank you guys for always hosting us for everything that we do and always supporting what we do, whether it be Blockstar, proof of concept, or anything else I'm involved in. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for taking the time out for us.
Awesome. Thanks, David. And if people are interested in contributing towards the pre-sale, head over to the launchpad of Blockstar. We'll add in the links to our group, to our Blockstar group, our TG group. I'm sure you do the same as well, David. And that's taking place on Tuesday at what time?
It's going to be 3:30 my time, but I think it's 8:30 UTC time.
Cool. Okay, 8:30 UTC Tuesday. If you are interested, and obviously we'll follow up with a whitelist giveaway as well for you guys. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, thanks a lot, David.
Cheers, David.